Hi, my name is Heather and welcome to Strings and Threads. Today is Wearable Wednesday, and what that is three of my friends, Jess from J Hook Magic, Teresa from Critters Crochet, and Kenyatta from Kenyatta Creates. We decided last year that we wanted to get better at making wearables. I've been doing this for more than a year. It just seems hard to believe. I feel like I just started this. But what we do is we work on wearables just to practice and to get better and to learn things. I have found that I've learned so much from you, my viewers, because you have done these kind of projects before, and you've had some helpful tips and advice along the way to help me get better at it. And I certainly have had my fill of disasters, but they've all been good because along the way I learned how to improve from, all of the mistakes that I've made. But I've had good successes as well. And I have started wearing wearables. In fact, somebody I work with said to me this week, they're like, wow, you have something that you can wear almost every day now. And it's true, because I think Monday, Tuesday, I wore something that I made. And then last week I had made worn stuff that I made. And so it's a good feeling to make things to fit you the way that you want them to fit and to look the way that you want them to look. That's the nice thing about making them yourself. And so I'm excited to be able to hopefully swap out some of the things in my closet, get rid of some of the stuff that I don't like anymore, and replace it with stuff that I've made that is made to fit me exactly the way I want it to, that kind of thing. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the project that I'm doing now. It's called Spring in the City. Spring in the City Urban Poncho. I'm going to put a picture of it right here. This is the model from the pattern. I actually got it from a magazine. I fell in love with this poncho, and it is made with Sestari Monticello collection yarn, which is 75% cotton, 25% flax. And I'll show you the label that came with it. It's a 3-ply DK weight. It can be machine washed and cold, but not dried. And I did get the exact yarn it called for. My friend Tina helped me out twice with this pattern, and this is what I'm talking about. This is getting help when you're having issues. So the first way she helped me is she helped me find the exact yarn, because I really wanted to do it in the exact yarn. So she helped me find the exact yarn, and I was able to buy the exact color, the exact yarn, and I'm excited because I want it to look exactly like the picture, and so far so good. And then the other way she helped me, this past week I put up a video. If you hadn't seen it, it's still up. It's about help with a stitch, and there's a stitch in this pattern called Modified Double Crochet 5 Together. And basically at the end of it, it says that there'll be 11 loops on your hook, and then you're supposed to go through the 11 loops. And I kept getting 6, and actually a lot of you guys were saying I also got 6, and I was having trouble finding a video that would explain it, because I don't know if they made up this stitch for this pattern. I was seeing double crochet 5 together. I was seeing double crochet 5 together twice, but I didn't see any modified double crochet 5 together. So Tina rescued me again by I didn't realize this, but this pattern is available for purchase on Ravelry. So she purchased it because she also wanted to make it. And it said in the purchase pattern that it's 6 loops that will be left on the hook at the end, and then you pull through all 6. And so what I was getting was correct. Must have been a typo in the magazine copy of the pattern. I think I found the designer. She has a YouTube channel, but it's very small. I think it's only like 50 people, and she only has like 3 videos up. So I commented on one of her videos hoping that I could get in touch with her, but she never responded back to me. So I don't know. But anyway, I made the first panel. And I'll hold it up a little bit, but I have a picture of me holding the panel up to my body. So kind of trying to model it the way the model was. And I'm sure I look exactly like that model when I have it up. But you can see that, you know, and then down at the bottom it has the stripes. But I'll put a picture here of how I look holding it up. I'm really happy with it. So some things that I did that were a little bit different. This is supposed to be one size, but I'm a pretty big girl. So when I was going through, I saw that I used a larger hook size knowing that I would probably want it bigger than what they had. You know, of course it's modeled with a beautiful, young, thin woman. So I didn't think that I would be comparable to that. So I added, it's a 5-row repeat basically. You do 5 rows, but then you do the same pattern, but it's a little bit offset. And then you do the same row as, then you do the first 5 rows again, and then you do the offset version of that. And you're supposed to, no, 3 times total. I did an extra 5 rows so that it would be long enough for my taste. I'm still not 100% sure because I want to, even though in the pattern you don't do it, I want to seam up at least a portion of the sides so that it's not something I have to keep adjusting throughout the day. You know, I want it to be able to wear it without being like, oh, it's coming forward again or it's coming back again. So if I seam up the sides together, at least part of it, I think it would stay. I keep looking at the picture because it's reminding me of the modifications that I did and want to do. So I'm going to add the same for the back, the same extra 5 rows for the back. So the next part you join up with the front panel at the very beginning and do the shoulders. I'm going to hold up. I love how the shoulder, you see that? And then, you know, work it down the same length. They have tassels at the bottom, so I'll make the tassels. I don't know if I'll finish it by next week. I was kind of pushing myself because I was really excited about this project, so I was pushing myself to get the first panel done. I don't know if I'll be able to continue to push myself to do that next week, but, you know, I'm certainly going to work on it and try to get what I can done because I think it's really pretty. I love this design. Again, it's called Spring in the City Urban Poncho. It's by Jane Howarth. And so you can apparently find it on Ravelry. I also don't leave yet. I also wanted to say, because people were asking me about the pattern. This pattern is in written form, but it also has a picture. I'm going to put a picture of the symbols right here. It's not breaking copyright because I think the symbols are pretty universal in a pattern. I'm not showing you the actual pattern with the symbols. I'm just showing you like a key of the symbols. Like this certain symbol is a double crochet. This certain symbol is a single crochet. But I had never read a pattern like that. I've seen patterns written like that before with the words, but I have always read the words and never did it by the picture before. But I actually found the wording in this to be very confusing. And then I was a little bit put off by the mistake. And I know mistakes happen. I have mistakes in my patterns that I write too. So I shouldn't be so tough. But, you know, the mistakes and the way that it's worded were a little bit tricky for me. So I ended up reading, you know, I memorized what each of the stitch symbols look like, and I ended up reading the picture pattern, which I was surprised. I wasn't expecting to ever read a pattern like that, but I found that it was so much easier to read that picture pattern than to try and decipher the way she worded things and the way you know, what was a mistake and what wasn't a mistake. So I don't know if you were ever interested in reading a pattern that way. This pattern in particular was very easy to do this way and to read and figure out what to do this way. In fact, I found it easier than reading the words. So now I feel like I'm just blabbering on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll check out my friends and the projects that they're working on, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.